This episode brought to you by the kind support of our sponsors. Check out BougeRV for portable camping appliances. And SoloStove. Create good.
He's raised the bar, hasn't he?
Well,
Yes, the bar
look at
just
all
got
you
raised.
boys. You got work to do.
Nice, a bottle of liquor. Best trick or treat ever.
Trick or treat.
Welcome to the 2022 Camping on a Porch gathering at the Edgar Evins State Park in Tennessee. We've got 17 groups or 17 teardrops scheduled to be here this weekend. Just a good time for tiny camper lovers to get together. One of the first things that we're going to do is give away welcome packs to everybody, and I want Joanne to show you what we're putting in those.
List of activities, some trick-or-treat candy, a camping on the porch camping camera keychain, a camping on the porch hand sanitizer, a sticker.
What's the sticker say?
Oh, get your seal of
Camping camera.
approval.
There we go.
And the Daniels gave us some keychains with flashlights.
So that's what we've got in the welcome packs. We're going to go around the campground, start giving these fellas out. Now tonight, late in the evening, we're going to have an official meet and greet where everybody will come to the campsite and just bring a finger food. And it'll just be a time just to hang out and get to know each other. Tomorrow, everybody's going to go around and look at each other's campsites because they're supposed to decorate them. And we'll be voting tomorrow night on which is the best decorated campsite. And we're also going to have a little bit of a costume party. And we're going to be playing bingo for some pretty serious prizes from BougeRV and SoloStove, who are sponsors of this event. So it should be pretty good. Let's get started. If you haven't figured it out already, we call the event Camping on a Porch because that's what we're doing. We're camping on a porch. Literally every campsite at the Edgar Evins State Park is constructed of concrete, steel, and heavy timbers. And some of these things are really high off the ground. But not to worry, even large RVs can camp on these things. So teardrops are absolutely no problem. So we're rolling down through the campground and I see what appears to be an awesome home-built camper. Who have we got here?
I'm Jerry Wright.
Jerry Wright, good to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
I don't know what it looks like on the inside, but I'm telling you, the outside looks like money. Walk us around this fella. I want to see what it looks like.
There's probably a little too much money.
A little bit too much money, I hear you.
Well, starting it all off, it is a custom frame, so
Okay.
I wanted the frame built the way I wanted it built so I could build everything around it.
Man, that's awesome.
I had never welded before, so I actually had a friend of mine who lives about a half mile from me, and that's what he does. And
Sure.
he'd actually never welded a full trailer before. And I was like, well, I got a deal for you.
I
got a
somebody
plan.
weld mine too, man. No shame in that.
Yeah, so he did all that, and then I took it from him after about 3 months and just started going to town. So
That
I
is
can show you
sweet.
a little bit. This is the big monster tongue box. I really wanted air conditioning. I didn't really like seeing the air conditioner on the outside of the trailer, so I built the tongue box so that I can slide out. Yeah, I gotta get my hose out of the way here.
Check it out.
So I can actually slide my AC unit out
Man,
and just take and pipe my hoses right to the front of the camper.
That is awesome. And it looks like you've got some pretty serious power on here.
Yeah, I did go with a 100 amp lithium battery, and then I've got solar stuff to plug in, but I don't have it installed yet. I'm just now getting all that figured out. But I do on this side have room for a generator. So I've actually got a little generator tucked in there.
Check it out. It's a win too, I think.
Yep, it's a win.
Those are good ones.
So I did, I think 3 coats of polyurethane on everything, and then one over it with Monster Liner.
Okay, that looks good.
Or Herculiner, one of the two. Monster, I can't remember which one. And then I did that. So I did pour 15 on the whole trailer, and then just the outside parts that you see, I kind of did the Herculiner as well, just to make it kind of blend in to it. So here's the inside. Pretty simple, nice headboard, and just some storage space in the back, and all the electronics back there.
The headboard is pretty nice.
Thank you. And that actually opens up, and there's a little bit of storage in there as well. Not a lot, but my solution for the curtains, everybody said, well, when it rains, you know, they can get wet if you want to keep the door open. Well, I just went with magnetic. So I put a couple of pieces of metal on the door so I didn't have to screw it in.
All right, he's just showing off now. You see this? He's just showing off now. Suspension?
All right, so it's a Timberland axle suspension.
Okay.
So it basically means all the spindle and everything is just mounted to the frame.
Okay.
I don't have an actual axle that goes across the trailer.
You got good ground clearance then.
I got good ground clearance, and that
yeah.
allowed me to put a 25-gallon freshwater tank right between the tires.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, and then I've got a 25-gallon gray water as well. The reason I wanted that freshwater tank between the tires is I kind of thought if I ever do have to fill it up while I'm driving, I'm not adding any weight to the front or the back,
Sure.
and hopefully it keeps that
CG
stability
stays
there.
right,
Yep.
yeah.
So
Heck yeah.
I've got the rollout for the refrigerator, freezer.
Heck yeah.
Got the rollout for the camp stove and oven.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Well, you mean business. That's nice.
It was a dent and ding special from Amazon, so I actually got
Really?
it cheaper than what their normal model is. So I was like, what the
Really?
heck? I don't know if I love it. I don't know that the propane burners are as good as a regular stove. They
Yeah.
don't quite get the flame that I think they should, but it works.
So with a 25-gallon water tank, you can stay off grid for a while.
That was kind of the goal, is why I wanted that. My wife wants to do some boondocking, and once I
Yeah.
get the solar set up, then I think we're good to do that. But,
Yeah.
so I've got it set up for a quick connect shower head right there, and I've got a tent, and
That's
put it right
pretty
next to the
nice.
camper and go to town.
Now, I could be wrong, but did I hear that you had this thing stolen at one point?
I did, yeah. I had it stored in a secure storage facility.
Uh-huh.
It's got barbed wire on the top of it and gates and codes to get into it. And once you get in, I actually had a storage facility. So it's a big door that closes down. I had a lock on it, everything. Just assumed it was as secure as it could be.
Man.
And yep, I got a call from the storage unit on a Wednesday and said, hey, did you move out of your storage unit? No. Well, there's nothing in it. Sure enough, they'd stole it, so called the cops and got lucky. 3 days later, so that was a Wednesday. They stole it on Sunday. I got called about it on Wednesday. The following Saturday, the local police department called me and said, hey, we've got your camper. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So I guess the thieves got scared, realized it wasn't some manufactured thing that they could just sell, that it was going to stick out like a sore thumb.
There you go.
So they dumped it, but they caught him on camera stealing it, and they caught him on camera dumping it at the back of a bar in Springfield. So they stole some stuff, the generator. They tried to break in the doors. Those things are, I will give it to whoever built them, they could not get in the doors.
Really?
Yeah, they took pry bar and actually bent the edges that looked like a Ruffles potato chip, but they never did get inside the cab. So
Well, I'm glad you got it back.
yeah.
It would make me sick if somebody stole my camper after all the work. I guess that's the bad thing about a DIY camper, but still worth doing. I absolutely love it. I hope this doesn't offend you when I say it, but it looks like a factory-built camper.
I've heard that.
And I mean, that's actually a compliment. I mean,
I
that's a
appreciate
compliment.
it.
You did
Yeah.
a good job.
Well, thank you.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate you.
You bet.
Yes, sir. All right, so I'm walking up the driveway here, and somebody gave me a present. Check it out. Walmart Great Value Colombian. That's the coffee that you need to be drinking, son. Why teardrop camping?
Simplicity. Yeah, simplicity.
I'll agree with my wife because it's the best way to do it. But yeah, it is
He's well trained.
very simple.
Yep.
And it's actually a little more spontaneous than tent camping because you don't, it's a little more self-contained.
Sure.
So, are we next?
You're next. Curtis T. Daniels is next.
Curtis T. Daniels coming to you live from Bob Evans. Or no, not Bob Evans.
Bob Evans.
Yeah.
Little sausage and
We
eggs.
just had some sausage and eggs. Yeah. No, I would have to say it's easy, it's compact. We can pull it out of the garage and just go.
Perfect.
Yep. And Teardrop for me is only because that's what he wanted to do. And I was not a camper, but now I'm sold.
Perfect.
Who manages all the trips?
Me, yeah, now I'm sold.
She does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Simple. See.
Yeah, simple, off the ground.
Yep. Level.
Oh wow,
Um,
that's almost easy.
Yeah, just gas mileage, just keeping it simple, keeping it minimal. Absolutely.
Yeah,
What
and
do you say?
it's easier to pull. You can drop in, set up, leave quick enough where you're not having to worry. You can fit in through towns where some big trailers can't go through towns.
I was driving an SUV for a number of years, and I bought, after I retired, I bought an old junker of a camper. It was an 18-foot Bravo, made in Indiana camper, and it turned out to be trash, and its name was Trashy. And so I sold that, and then I sold the SUV, and I got this little car, but I still wanted a trailer. And so I looked for 2 years on Marketplace and Craigslist and everywhere you could look for something I could afford. I found her, and it was about 100 miles away. Went and got her. She was in terrible shape, but I've slowly, this is my second season, slowly brought her back up to speed. So I could pull it with my car. I guess that's the short answer.
There we go.
That's the short answer.
There we go. Perfect.
Okay. For me, I like to be outside. And I know everybody camps in their own way. I know that. But I like to pull in and plug in. And if it's night climbing, all I do is put out a couple chairs and a rug, maybe an awning, and I'm set. And then I can be outside. I want to cook outside. But I have a warm, dry, comfortable, dry bed. And that's important. I just want it easy.
Yep.
I just want it easy.
I completely understand.
It gets no easier than these. I don't have to worry about, making sure it's perfectly level and...
Well, and like none of the mechanicals either. No tanks or
Look at this, she made
pumps or anything like that.
Absolutely.
Things that I can deal with, like I can make an
Yeah.
awning,
Yeah.
the stuff that I can paint things. I can
Perfect.
patch holes. It's doable
Yeah.
for me
Okay.
on
Since
my
I
own.
built it, I can fix it when I need to, hopefully.
Just because, number one, it's easy and quick and fun just to get out over the weekends and not have a big camper to worry about. It's just a lot easier, I think.
Having kids, we had to go from a tent to something a little nicer. And the wife. Mainly, you know what? Mainly the wife.
All right, so you can see behind me the potluck is about to get started. Okay, so BougeRV also donated this 12-volt RV refrigerator. So this is the world famous and legendary Larry Coffey.